Welcome back. In the south-south region of the country, residents of Ikpobaoka local government area of Edo State may heave a sigh of relief very soon, as Governor Godwin Obaseki has promised to complete the construction of the Lucky Way Road by October. The governor gave this assurance while inspecting the road project, which is currently being rehabilitated. He said he's instructed that the designs of the road be reviewed to capture the potential flood areas along the road so that a more durable structure will be delivered.
Lucky Way in Ikpobaoka local government area of Edo State is a 2-kilometer link road between Ramat Park and Upper Mission Road in Benin City, the state capital. It has been in a deplorable condition for some time now. The commencement of the reconstruction of the road by the Edo State government brings some respite to users of this short but very important road.
This wall you are seeing here, all the water will go down to Damaro and be taken to Boba River.
Even for here no go area, but it's one of the roads. I think we will get hope, big hope. I tell you, Basaki. My vote will go for him. No waste.
So I stayed this Lucky Way before. Now I rush or make me park come up for Lucky Way. Go another area. My store still there this Lucky Way. We know us with the suffer.
To show the extent of his commitments to the rehabilitation of this motorway, the Edo State Governor, Mr. Godwin Obaseki, his deputy, Philip Shaibu, as well as other top government officials, arrived to see the amount of work so far carried out on the road. After the inspection, the governor tells journalists that some adjustments need to be made on the project for a more durable structure.
I want to make sure that the design this time around has taken full cognizance of the potential dangers of flooding in that area, so that once we build this road, it will be once and for all. We don't have to come back to rebuild.
He, however, assured members of the public that the projects will be completed and delivered by October 2017.
In neighboring Delta State, Governor Ifeanyi Okowa has given indigents the opportunity to contribute to the governance process. At a town hall meeting with community leaders in Oshirimili South local government area of the state, the governor and his people looked at areas where the state is lacking in development. It was time for some frank talk as Governor Okowa lamented the poor hygiene exhibited by some residents when disposing waste.
It was the turn of the people of Oshirimili South local government area of the state to play host to Governor Ifeanyi Okowa as he continues his series of town hall meetings across all the local government areas of the state. As expected, they came out in numbers from different age grades, groups, and professional backgrounds to make their demands to the state helmsman.
You as a family have 3 parcels of land that were acquired by the state government. The state government acquired this land for public use. But surprisingly, that parcel of land has been shared out to people. It's not being used for public use. I think the major problem is that there's no access road. It's a program that we must.
He assured them that their yearnings will be attended to, but also expressed concerns about the poor waste management culture across the state.
What we are beginning to see is that people come out at night and throw waste wherever they feel like. We have never been known to be a dirty people. We have come, by the way, working with the World Bank, even before I came in, to provide through the C4 program, to provide services and to encourage people to try to own their own waste bins.
Before the town hall meeting, he had inaugurated the access road to the Immigration Service Office in Ibuza, where the immigration boss pledged his command's commitment towards helping the state improve on its internally generated revenue. Oshirimili South is the 7th local government area that Governor Okowa is visiting since he started the town hall meetings, and he is hopeful that the meeting will avail the people an opportunity to participate in the process of governance and also help him understand the plight of the people better.
Now, residents of Ilorin, the Kwara State capital, can now enjoy advanced broadcast viewing following the launch of the digital switchover by the National Broadcasting Commission. A Director General of the NBC, Ishaq Modibo Kawu, says the launch is in line with the Commission's policy to ensure that households migrate from analog to digital.
And now we're going to 6 states in each of the geopolitical zones. So Kwara in the north central, Osun in the southwest, Gombe in the northeast, Kaduna in the northwest, Enugu in the southeast, Delta in the south-south. We're going to have to do it in phases because digital switchover is a major challenge in terms of technology, in terms of the logistics and the finance. The 650,000 boxes that we procured for the first phase, for that phase, cost us $26 million. That's a huge amount of money, considering that we're having about 35 million television homes in Nigeria. So each box is about $45 per box. So if you times $45 times 35 millions, that tells you how much money we need just for the boxes alone. And then you're going to have to put signal systems like this around Nigeria. It's a very, very huge country. So it's a very expensive process. So that's why we're doing it in a phased manner. And we're given a bouquet of 30 programs, which will continue to expand as more and more producers of television content come on stream. Then we're going to have thematic themes as stations as well. What do I mean? We might have stations dedicated only to producing women's programs, children's programs, youth-based programs, sports, science and technology, and so on and so forth.
Well, that's the Director General of the Nigeria Broadcasting Commission, Ishaq Modibo Kawu. And that's all from Abuja. It's back to you, Ladi, in Lagos.
Thank you very much, Marpa. Ogun State Governor Ibikunle Amosun has charged the indigents of Yewa Zone in the state to put their house in order and be of one voice in choosing a candidate for the 2019 governorship election. He threw the challenge in Abeokuta, the state capital, while meeting with traditional rulers from Yewa in Ogun West senatorial district of the state. Governor Amosun says he is confident that if given the opportunity, people from Ogun West senatorial district can make meaningful contributions to the leadership of Ogun State.
Everybody will be carried along. So you will discover that even when the time comes, it will be like a mass movement. And everybody will align, with that sole aim of making sure that in 2019, by the grace and benevolence of the Almighty Lord, somebody from Ogun West Senatorial District will just mount that office of Governor of Ogun State. So what I think we should just do is to begin to close rank, to begin to do what is expected.
Most business owners in the country believe they will do better if the environment improves. The federal government has also been harping on the need to improve the ease of doing business so that businesses may thrive. The Women in Management, Business and Public Service, WIMBIZ, have taken the course in hand with a CEO policymaker breakfast meeting on the ease of doing business held today in Lagos. Our correspondent, Mary Alala Yusuf, has the story.
This is no casual breakfast meeting, but a gathering of men and women determined to make headway in their various areas of endeavor.
The second is really around understanding this thing about continuum.
The focus of this conference, put together by the Women in Management, Business and Public Service, is not just to lay out the problems undermining business processes, but to also be a part of the solutions. The conversation gets underway with contributions from both the public and private sector players.
If we fail to address providing equity to support women-owned businesses in a country in which 50% of your population is female, then clearly we are walking with one leg tied behind us.
With this clear definitive timeline whereby all agencies that operate in the ports are mandated to provide 24-hour service, to collapse all their operations into one unit, I believe we're going to have enhanced energy. I believe we're going to see more achievement in that.
On the thorny issue of energy supply and the troublesome one of oil dependency, speakers say pipeline vandalism must be addressed, even as focus is turned towards small businesses and saving for a rainy day.
While we are focused on the power sector recovery plan and dealing with people who are on grid, we're also looking at people who are off grid.
You're dealing with crude oil, things that gyrate and has been gyrating for years. You don't think of hedging yourself. You're only excited when it's going up. You don't think of what happens when it's going to come down.
There's an overall feeling of hope.
Where the rubber meets the road is in the implementation. And I was very pleased to hear it come from the MD of the Ports Authority that they needed to be talking to themselves, all the agencies needed to be talking to themselves. These are popular refrains, usually from the private sector to the public sector.
Several issues have been identified here as critical to the ease of doing business. Infrastructure, access to finance, and education among them. But bringing it down to brass tacks, panelists say that executive orders must be carried out, and there must be accountability and transparency in bureaucracy. Mary Alale Yusuf, Channels Television News.
Hello and welcome to Business News. Africa's most advanced economy, South Africa, has fallen into recession in the first quarter of 2017, and that's according to latest data from the country's statistics office. South Africa's gross domestic product shrunk 0.7% in the first 3 months of 2017, deeper than the 0.3% posted in the last quarter of 2016. The statistics office report shows all South African industries went into recession in the first quarter, with the exception of agriculture and mining. Bloomberg quotes the chief economist at Johannesburg-based Investec Limited, Annabel Bishop, as saying, quote, "There is a risk that these contractions are not over and we could see another negative GDP in the second quarter, ending this month," end of quote. The South African stock market finished 0.89% negative on Tuesday, as the rand falls against all major international currencies, down 0.79% on the dollar and almost 1% against the euro. And today, the stock market slipped for the first time in 2 weeks after some investors decided to book profits from a rally that had pushed the market index to a 23-month high. Chimezie Obiwago has details.
Hello and welcome to the Stock Market Report. Profit taken by short-tenured investors pulled the market into the red zone, with the all-share index down by 1.16%. However, the market capitalization remains in the 11 trillion naira region. Our traders say this is expected, particularly with the bullish run that has dominated the market in recent times. Despite the profit taken, the market breadth remains positive, with 38 stocks posting gains while 22 posting declines. Out of the price decliners, Mobil lost the most, down 9.75%, followed by Dangote Cement, which shed 5%. It's important to note that that drop on the shares of Dangote Cement actually contributed to the drop in the overall market index. Top gainers in percentage is Sterling Bank, up 9.76%. May & Baker and Champion Breweries followed. The volume and value traded today shows the optimism in the market. Investors traded over 744 million shares, valued at 6.51 billion naira in 7,841 deals. Top trades today are Diamond Bank, Fidelity Bank, and Access Bank. Traders say the demand as at the close of the market is indicative the market will likely rebound tomorrow. And that was the Stock Market Report. I'm Chimezie Obi Iwagu.
Away from the Nigerian stock market, a development economist, Glenn Prince Abi, has criticized the cycle of delayed preparation and prolonged legislative deliberations in Nigeria's yearly budgets, which results in less effectual implementation. Speaking with Channels Television Business Morning today, Mr. Abi says the budgetary deliberations at the National Assembly should not take several months and be heavily politicized. The UK election, as well as the tension in Qatar, drove markets downwards today as investors in the South African climb brace up for the economic recession. Let's see the numbers. That's a package on business news tonight. I'm Emana Amawe.